Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Upperbox podcast. We are sorry for releasing this late. I am currently out of town. And but don't worry about that. Tito Paolo, wait lang, nahihiya ako kasi this is our first episode with video. Well, we've tried putting it on video for the past two episodes. Tapos yun pa yung late yung episode lumabas. At the same time, wala pa yung bago nating investment na mic. Hindi ko
Oo nga eh.
nagamit. Sorry.
Okay. Kung kailan naman kumpleto na tayo, kung kailan okay na tayo sa gamit, kahit papaano, saka ka pa nawalan. Ng tokwa naman. Oh.
Ay, anyway, my name is
Mga,
Justin. Teka lang,
ah,
let me finish my spiel.
sige, sorry.
Okay, so my name is Justin. I'll be your host, and with me is the alumni since he was a student. The champion. Kasi ever since na pumasok siya ng San Beda, multiple championships ang hinawakan daw natin. And the courtside reporter for the past week, Tito Paulo Perez. Welcome to the show. May palakpak
first
na.
off, I do not subscribe to the narrative that is being forced upon me. Sobrang hindi ko po sinusubscribe yun. Una, gusto ko lang po maklaro po lahat yun. And this Phil-Am-looking motherfucker is pushing this narrative against me.
Pare, una-una, okay. Ganito get up ko. Dapat nakasando lang ako. Like, naka-jersey lang ako. Kasi I got the Cortez number 2, pare. Di ba? Oh, I got the Cortez number 2. Pero
Oo.
kasi, pare dito sa hotel room namin, pucha, ano, hindi natataasan yung temp. Parang stuck lang siya sa 17. Tapos, tinanong pa namin yung ano, kasi centralized yung aircon. So, tinataas namin yung temperature. Ayun pala, okay, hindi pala siya centralized. May aircon, may unit pala dyan. Wala namang remote. Okay, so we've stayed in this hotel for a lot of times already. Ngayon lang nangyari na walang remote yung room. So, napakalamig. So, yun ang short story nun.
Okay. Okay, Travis.
Alright. No, my name's Enzo. I studied in the
Okay,
States.
Miggy.
Yeah, thanks. Yes. Anyway, so
Uh,
for this episode, to be honest, guys, I'm so sorry. I am not prepared. This has been a hectic week for me. For our team, San Beda. And my team in the Rugby World Championships. Freaking dude.
yeah.
Yeah, my All Blacks lost this morning and I was sad. I was in the mountains. Tapos pagkita ko ka-signal, talo ang All Blacks. But props to the Springboks for winning the cup, the World Cup. Anyway, here in this podcast, we talk about everything collegiate basketball, pero most especially San Beda because I bleed red. All right? So, I'm gonna focus on San Beda. Last week, ito pala ka-clarify ko, pare. Last week, sabi ko, San Beda will win all games.
And ako naman, I said we had a chance to lose on trap games. And nagkamali man ako sa mga teams that I felt we would lose to so far. So far, nagiging totoo yung prediction ko that we will be losing games because of trap games.
Yes. Ayun, so isa pa yun. So, I climbed the mountain earlier. Pag akit ko sa summit, may signal. Pare, talo All Blacks. Lungkot ko. Tapos pagdating sa campsite, pucha, pagtingin ko, San Beda talo.
Talo lang.
Oo, parang, tapos, alala ko, sino ba yung kalaban ngayon? I was supposed to watch today, di ba? I was supposed to watch today live. Tapos ako, wait, Basti kalaban natin Paano tayo natalo sa Basti? And by a huge margin.
Ito pa, to close out your evening, talo Ateneo.
Pucha!
It's not your day, man. It is not your day.
No, I did, please follow me on Instagram. Ang ganda ng videos namin. So, yun ang highlight naman ng day ko. We had a successful climb. I actually trailed run earlier, so medyo masaya. Pero enough about me. More about the team. More about collegiate basketball. Paulo, give me a rundown of what are the important things that happened in this past week in collegiate basketball.
So yeah, this past week, a lot of NCAA and UAAP players have been getting a lot of attention from Korea and Japan, namely LJ Gonzalez, Clint Escamis. Um, I wanted to talk about yun nga, how this affects, of course, initially college basketball in the Philippines, but in the long term, how does it affect Philippine basketball in general? Um, of course, ang pananaw ko naman dyan, I've always supported players getting the bag. Kasi you only play for so long. You're only good for so long. On a good career, 10 years, makakapaglaro ka. Pero yung 10 years na yun, mabilis yun. So for me, I've always supported supported players going abroad if they feel it's good. But para nagiging iba yung pakiramdam when they're already getting players from the college level. Like, I support it, okay ako. Like, syempre, a lot of these kids want to provide for their families agad, and this is that opportunity. Pero naiisip ko, how is this going to affect long-term college basketball development? Lalo na in the pros. Though, of course, this is a college basketball podcast. Parang, nakikita ko how do we coincide, do we live, or how do we adapt with the fact na a distinct possibility that our best college players go abroad instead of playing in college here. Like, honestly, nakikita ko if Jomel Puno develops more, I see him getting offers from abroad. Diba? Si Jacob, patangkarin mo lang ng onte, he would have got a lot of college offers already. Kasi he's that type of player. And I see that becoming more and more prevalent, no? So, ang question ko na lang, like, how do we adapt? Like, how do we move forward with this? Syempre, this is gonna be
let's backtrack muna. Who are the Philippine collegiate basketball players who got offers abroad? There's the 3D Ravenna, yung pass na nasa abroad na. 3D Ravenna, Kiefer Ravenna. The latest one na pinaka-headline was Renza Bando, no? Who's a superstar in Korea right now. Sino pa
of
ba?
course, Dwight Ramos.
Dwight Ramos, yeah, he's in Japan, no? And plays for the Gilas Pilipinas. Then, so in the current collegiate levels, we have Puno, of course. Shout out, I'm gonna get a new Puno shirt, dude. Like, holy shit. The white one.
No, the ones that have a current offer actually are Clint Escamis and LJ Gonzalez.
Okay.
From FEU. And LJ Gonzalez was the guy who beat Ateneo the other day with the buzzer beater. And honestly, he's a really good player. But yeah, he has 3 offers from Korea and Japan. And Clint Escames, who is, in my opinion, the #1 candidate for the MVP this year. He's had 3 offers from teams in Japan and South Korea. So,
well,
those are the players.
Without you explaining yet in depth what's going to happen or what do you think is going to happen, for me, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing na parang sampal to sa mukha ng mga mancom ng NCAA eh. Kasi they banned foreign student athletes in playing in our league. Pero ngayon magiging proud sila pag malamang magiging proud sila kapag naglaro sa Japan or sa Korea or nag-champion ng isang NCAA player. Just like what happened last week, I think, nung inawardan ng NCAA yung mga Gilas Pilipinas players natin who came from the NCAA. Like JP Mocon, he was awarded during that time. Wait lang, hold on. Medyo hindi controlled environment. We are going to mute our... Yeah. Anyway, I'm back. So, ayun, magiging proud ng NCAA. Tapos ngayon, kinukuha na sila imports, no? And I think it's a good thing. As much as I love collegiate basketball, that's the fun in collegiate basketball rin eh. Na wala nagsistay sa isang team lang. No one team has a like for decades. Well, San Beda. Pero it's not the same players over and over again. They have a lifetime of 5 years max, 2, 3 years. And it's a good thing kasi it's evergreen. There's always a new face. There's always a new type of play. There's always a new coach or player. So, I think it's a good thing na discover lalo na sa NCAA. Sabi nga ni Tito Mikey na it is a pool of superstars. The NCAA is full of superstars. Pero sige, in your opinion, what is the cons of this kind of system?
The cons is that teams will no longer have a development program na predictable. It's going to be very unpredictable to develop your players. So, for example, let's say you get player A as your cornerstone of your team. A perfect example of that would be maybe Jay Talampas of Arellano. So Jay Talampas is right now one of their best scorers, and a lot of their scoring is based on them. Let's say Jay Talampas goes to Korea, goes to Japan, lahat ng plano tuloy ng Arellano sira with regards to developing their team. Kasi nakapalibot doon scoring ni Jay, let's say. So that's one thing. Another negative thing is it kind of messes up then how the development will be for other players. Diba? One of the things that the foreign student athlete ban did was the reason is to develop players, diba? Develop big men. Ngayon, if you're going to force, halimbawa nawala tong player na to, pumunta sa Amerika, pumunta sa Japan, pumunta sa Korea, ipipilit mo tuloy ma-develop nang wala na kumbaga kung tawagin hinog sa pilit yung isang player na yun. And some players react to that positively, some don't. And it's going to be a difficult thing for the college for the college teams. And of course, let's be honest, di naman lahat kasi not even the professional teams of the PBA can match the spending power of Japan and South Korean professional teams.
No.
So no way can any college team match kung paano binabayad nila. So definitely mawawala yan.
And ito din for transparency, I work in the media industry. Sa PBA, as much as you want, you can only go so much pagdating sa media exposure. The best media exposure you can get outside the country are OFWs who are fans of the PBA. Pero when you play in a league in Japan or in Korea, not only do you get exposure from from other countries, you also get exposure, almost the same exposure as if you played in the PBA. I mean, Kai Soto never touched the PBA. If I remember correct, Kai Soto never touched the PBA. But the hype for him or the negative comments against him is the same thing as if parang naglaro siya sa PBA, para siyang superstar sa PBA.
To be fair to Kai, his hype started when he was even in his teen years pa. Like okay, 13, 14 years old pa lang.
Kai Soto is
phenomenal yun.
Okay. Renzo Bando.
Okay.
He started out, pero ako the first time I heard his name was, he was a standout at UST, tapos nagkaroon ng issue with the UST Growling Tigers. He moved to Letran, tapos he didn't touch the PBA, he went straight to Japan, Korea, no? Then, ngayon, his hype is different. Na parang, I remember when we were competing in the FIBA World Cup, talagang, kasi hindi pa naglaro si Renz, but wala si Abando. Pero, that hype is there. The social media hype is there. The media hype is there. The trad media hype is there.
Well, yun. I think, well, one can also argue, hindi naman din lahat. For example, Bobby Ray Parks. I mean, Bobby Ray Parks is Bobby Ray Parks, pero hindi rin naman din ganun kaganda yung, like, hindi siya yung sobrang taas din. Maganda. Puro pinaka-extreme na naisip ko na medyo negative. Juan Gomez Liliano. He didn't work out in Japan. Kimar Carino. He forgo his final year in San Beda to try out in Japan. Hindi rin naman siya masyado nagamit. So alam mo yon, there's also that thing eh. Oo, kinukuha ka. Oo, sige. Babayaran ka. But the thing is, the question is, magagamit ka ba in the way na gusto na kailangan ka magamit para lumabas yung laro mo? And we've seen that as an issue for a couple of players that went abroad. Yung nga, Juan Gomez Liano, Kimar Carino, 'di ba? Si Javi Gomez Liano, nag-struggle siya nung una. Pero alam mo naman kung what he brings eh. So,
That's true.
at the end, ano rin kasi, sugal din siya on the part of the player. Kasi, hindi mo sure kung magja-jive ka sa sistema na yon. And you don't know how that would affect your confidence. Hindi mo alam how that would affect your mechanics pag sa mga tira mo, how kasi basically how you play your game, 'di ba? You don't know. Kasi ako naniniwala ako, honestly. Maybe I'm not familiar with with Korean basketball, but I honestly can say that we still have better players in Japan. Japan has a better national team.
Yes, of course.
But their league, I still feel that the PBA has a better league in a sense of overall talent.
Really?
Totoo lang, sa totoo lang. Yun yung nakikita ko. Yun yung nakikita ko with the very partial view of overall Japanese basketball and how I see how their careers have been turning out, those who have spent time abroad. So, parang OFW lang yan eh. Lahat ng OFW. Oo, may opportunity ka abroad. Mas maganda yung sweldo mo. Pero hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari sa'yo doon. Sugal pa rin at the end of the day.
Oh, that's true. You have a point, no? When you brought that the OFW, yeah, they are still OFWs. They are still overseas Filipino workers.
And for the longest time, the Philippine basketball players have been the most protected labor force dito sa Pilipinas na hindi sila nag-abroad. Ngayon, Philippine basketball will be experiencing a brain drain if we are not careful.
That is
diba?
true.
The
That
same
is a
problem
threat
that
to the PBA.
Diba? That's a threat to the PBA. It can also be a threat or an opportunity for Philippine basketball in general. But it's definitely a situation, diba? Shout out politics and sports mix.
Bring that up here, man. Just don't.
Joke lang. But yeah, no, it's a situation that you can really see that could develop. So it's really up to those who are with SBP, and those who are the shot callers of Philippine basketball to see how they're gonna look at this and see how Philippine basketball can develop from this. Kasi if we're going to be acting like, problema ni Ateneo yan, problema ni San Beda yan, problema ni Mapua yan, it's gonna bite our collective butts altogether. So we have to look at that from the perspective.
I could see that. Like, parang naalala ko ngayon, pare, yung kanta ni, ni Glock 9, yung walang natira, di ba? Parang, if you add a sentence there, like a lyric there na, ang gagaling ng mga basketball player sa atin, pero bakit walang natira? It actually makes sense now, no? Na parang, Filipinos are passionate about basketball. Filipinos are good at basketball in some way. Kulang lang talaga sa height. Pero, paano nga pag nawalan ng Filipino basketball players? Or at the same time, inisip ko rin, doesn't that open the PBA to more homegrown talent, not just players from the NCAA and the UAAP? Kasi, let's be honest then, no? The PBA has been shy recruiting players from Mindanao, players from Northern Luzon, players from Sesafi. Like, the highlights are always NCAA UAAP players. top of mind ko lang na hindi naglaro sa UAAP at NCAA is Junmar Fajardo, who played in Cebu during his college days. So I think it
Well,
opens up. Yes.
could be, but then again, here's the thing.
Mm.
The college basketball in other parts of the country kasi you have to look at this from this perspective. Oo, we have talented players, but the question is, can they run a system? Not all college teams run a very sophisticated system. Marami sa kanila go lang, ganun. Let's be honest, ganun naman talaga.
Mm.
Hindi lahat. And at the same time, hindi lahat ng galing probinsya. Halimbawa, pumunta dito sa Maynila para mag-basketball. Hindi lahat nag-workout kasi hindi nila ma-figure. Mahirap mag-transition to organize basketball.
Mm.
Yun yung natutunan ko. Parang, hindi lahat na magaling sa organize, magaling sa kalsada, magaling sa ganun klaseng liga ng basketball.
That's true.
Diba?
Well, I think kasi din in the barangay levels ng the basketball type of play doon, it's a star player type of play. Na parang kung magaling, basta magaling ipasok. Seldom do we see role players in barangay games. Seldom do we see role players in commercial leagues na commercial leagues may mga role player din. Pero yung mga mga league na parang pang barangay, seldom yan. And yun na nakikita natin sa UAAP and NCAA. And actually, the system wins games. That's why we won the FIBA Asian Games gold medal. It's the system.
Well,
did you see this clip pala? Sorry na-amaze talaga ako yung sa clip nung Philippines, I think, versus Iran yata. With the ball movement. Na parang 14, 20, yung shot clock naubos, kakapasa na ng bola. And ended with a drive. It was one of the most beautiful plays I've seen. And your point, those are learned in the local leagues, collegiate leagues of Manila. Yeah. Okay, sige. I get your point.
Diba? Hindi ko minamalit yung hindi ko minamalit yung school sa probinsya. Siyempre, marami magagaling na coaches dyan, marami magagaling na players.
Yeah, again,
it's just
those are two different things. Those are two different things.
Magaling ang hinahanap kasi natin dito. How does the talent translate into the pros? So, anyway,
yes.
So yeah, just wanted to
put that out there.
To talk about that. So siguro next nating pag-usapan ba? Yeah, just wanted to put it out there. Siguro maganda rin natin pag-usapan is what happened to Jerome Lastimosa in connection sa pinag-usapan natin ngayon.
So, sige, I don't know this T. Remind me who Jerome Lastimosa is. CSB?
Jerome Lastimosa is basically the star player of Adamson. Like he's right now.
Okay.
He's right now. He's playing for Adamson, and they retired his fucking number, man. That's how That's how they love him.
Who is this dude? Okay. Sige, and then continue.
He's good. He's fucking good. He had a multi-million peso or offer from a foreign team that he turned down in order to continue playing for Adamson.
Wow. Okay.
This summer, he had a partial tear of his ACL. Okay?
Ouch.
Now, he decided to play through the partial tear. Just this week, it just came out. Well, nasaktan ulit siya in one of his games, and it just came out that naging full tear yung ACL niya.
Rupture, pare. What position does he play? Is he a number 2?
He's a combo guard. He can play 1 and 2, but he's definitely a scorer.
And you need your ACL, your laterals when you play.
Yeah.
You need fast knees when you play 1 and 2.
Yeah. So
holy shit.
In connection to sa nangyari kay Jerome, there's also another thing that a lot of these players will be thinking about. If
Yeah.
you don't take this bag, is it gonna come back?
No, no,
Diba?
no. That's gonna be
So
hard.
yeah. So I'm not gonna fault Jerome kasi he bet on himself. He bet on himself, and I respect players who bet on themselves. I will always respect players who bet on themselves kasi
Yeah.
minsan wala nang ibang pupusta sa iyo kundi sarili mo lang din eh. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Sarili mo lang
And
din ang pupusta sa iyo minsan eh.
the
So, I
loyalty to
get
the
it.
school, ha? The loyalty to the schools. Adopson, have they ever won the UAAP championship? Or like in recent memory? Parang, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
And to play for a team like them, I bet he got offers from bigger schools like Ateneo and LaSalle or UP na hindi lang na
I'm
publicize.
sure.
But yeah, we're sure. I'm sure about that.
But
And
yeah, I mean, I gotta give him props. But yeah, in connection to sa pinag-usapan natin ngayon, I think that's one thing that these players will be thinking about when they see these kinds of offers and they start thinking, do I stay or do I go?
yeah.
So I hope if Lasimosa, if Jerome Lasimosa is listening to this, like we hope for a speedy recovery for you. I hope
Yeah,
you get
dude.
better. I hope you go back to your old self. And shout out to the Adamson community. He's been a great player and been a great example to the whole Adamson community. But yeah, man, it's just a tough loss for a great team. Especially it's gonna be a tough loss for Coach Nash Stella.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Uh, so
Speedy recovery,
yeah,
man. Like, yeah. Holy shit. ACLs, bane of basketball players. Like
yeah.
I
Di ba
stopped playing
you had
basketball. I had full ruptures on both my knees. And I had to stop playing basketball after the second rupture.
oh,
Yeah, dude. Speedy recovery to him. Jerome,
Tsaka
two knees
ang
out,
weird
brother.
ng pagka-pair niya. Parang tumatakbo lang siya, tapos siguro naramdaman niya, pumitik. Tapos wala, ano na lang siya, napa-grab sa knee niya. Then he tried walking to the dugout, pero in the middle of the dugout, there was a video, binuhat na siya. Hindi niya na kinaya na maglakad.
Yeah. When you tear your ACL from someone who experienced it, my first tear was during a bike accident. My second tear was during a basketball game. Yung bike accident, it's normal naman na sabihin hindi talaga ako makatayo. Pero sa basketball game, pagbaksa ko, I heard a pop. And when I heard that pop, sabi ko, oh shit, it's another ACL tear. Then, I really tried to muster my courage and tried to stand up. And I just couldn't. It's unbearable. Hindi yung masakit siya eh. You just can't. You're just unable to. So, yeah. Tough. Jerome, man, dude.
Speedy recovery to him. Yeah,
Speedy
speedy recovery.
recovery. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, I know, you want to talk about the NCAA next, or you want to talk about this last game ngayon between Ateneo and UP?
I think we could start with Ateneo UP, then let's go to a break. Tapos, what the fuck happened to San Beda? Okay, UAP NCAA. UAP, Ateneo, UP. What happened today?
Yeah. UP, it was a really tough game. It was a really great game for both teams. It was really tight. I mean, going into the fourth quarter, UP was ahead by 10. And yeah, Ateneo tried to make a run. Brown, Kai Balungay, Mason Amos, man. Mason Amos with the three. I just gotta say this. No, I just gotta say that this Ateneo team is full of rookies. A lot of these kids are really young, but always have to give it to Coach Tab Baldwin. Give him enough time. He can make things competitive talaga. Talaga.
Yeah.
And put his team in a position to win. And
Again,
Ateneo was that.
that's the system we were talking about earlier. And Coach Tab Baldwin, as much as he has the great role players and star players in his teams, in his prior Ateneo teams, the system, man,
The system.
it's what works. Yeah.
Sobra. His partida Chris Kuhn wasn't having the best of games. And a lot of their players like Obasa made some mistakes defensively. But yeah, props din to UP kasi wala si Cancino in Kagulangan. I think Cancino is sick. I think and also Kagulangan I think is injured. But yeah, man, LeBron Lopez and Harold Alarcon really just ballers out there. And UP really wanted this.
Yeah.
UP really wanted this win.
I mean, they
Kasi,
got humiliated in their last matchup against Ateneo.
yeah, I mean, that was a masterclass of a game by Ateneo, honestly. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this because UP, everybody thought UP. Well, UP is a monster. UP is a monster. And a lot of people felt that nobody can be able to really beat UP. But, di ba,
Here
Ateneo
comes
found a way.
Ateneo.
It comes
Down
Tab in
from the
Ateneo.
hill. Yeah.
Down from the hill. Diba? Down to the world go I. So, and UP remembering still their loss from that game, made adjustments. You could see it. Malik Diouf really tried to impose himself. Um, and yeah, just a really great game. It was really fun. I more watched it not from a perspective ng ano eh. I just watched it as a fan. Hindi ko masyado inaral, honestly. Kasi it's just a great game. It was just back and forth. And God, man, Brown, forgot his first name. Is it Jerome? I don't know. But yeah, he's a bucket.
Oh yeah.
He's a bucket. Para off balance shots, clutch mid ranges. Mason Amos too, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
props to Mason. Mason struggled in the first half and first part of the season, but now I think he really is coming into his own and really finding his shot. But yeah, congrats to Ateneo. Congrats to UP. I mean, and congrats to Ateneo for having a good game. I'm excited how this UAP season goes down, especially with Steve Nash Enriquez going down with an injury, and you is looking vulnerable. LaSalle is LaSalle. So let's see how it goes. But
Okay,
I'm excited for
let's wrap this part up.
Yeah.
Pare, do you think it's gonna be Battle of Katipunan again in the finals this season?
It's gonna be tough. I have NU kasi going
Oh yeah,
against
dude. Enriquez of NU.
but
Amazing,
he's
dude.
injured. He's injured.
Hindi updated. Puta ng podcast, hindi updated. Let's
Yeah, but he's in. Yeah. But Kai Balunga, like Baklaan. Let's see how Baklaan reacts. But yeah, Steve Enriquez is a big blow. And medyo nararamdaman ng NU yun ngayon. But let's see. And of course, LaSalle. KQ is right now, hands down, the leader in the MVP votes. So let's see how him and the rest of the Green Archers respond. So, but yeah, so far, pwede. I'm not, of course, it's gonna be stupid for me if I'm gonna count out Ateneo. Still Ateneo.
Actually,
That team.
like, does Tab Baldwin have enough time to develop his team going into the second round? Now that it's the second round of the UAAP.
If any team can do it, it's gonna be Ateneo. When again,
Well,
can pull this kind of shit off, diba? Like, dadala ka ng puro rookie, diba? Tapos on
that's
the
true.
fly, aayusin mo, it's gonna be Tab. If anybody's gonna be doing it, it's gonna be Tab. But let's see how things develop. But yeah.
All right. So that's it for part 1 of the podcast. We're gonna go on a short break. And guys, please, medyo sensitive ang pag-uusapan natin sa second part ng ating podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be holding hands as we go through this. We are together in this.
Pero sabi nga sa hymn natin, fear neither fire nor blood. I think San Beda can still make it. See you guys after this break. Third pala, sorry, kasi syempre first is the Philippine team pa rin. But you know, I've got that Messi magic in me, so lagay natin yung
Cap. That's all cap. That's all cap. You were cheering for France. Shut the fuck up. You
oh
know you were
fuck
cheering
you.
for fuck you.
Fuck
You know you were
you.
no cap. You were
I
cap. Cap. That is cap. Cap.
I
No
never
cap.
I
Cap.
would never cheer for France, my friend, even in the World Cup. Of the Rugby World
But
Cup,
ito. Here's what's not cap. You cheered for
What?
England.
Bakit? Harry Kane is there, pare. Harry Kane. You know. Teka lang.
Ayun,
Collegiate
penalty.
basketball
Anyway,
tayo.
pumunta tayo football eh. Anyway, ayo.
Anyway. Sad start for San Beda. Again, last week I said I think San Beda would win all games. Pero pucha pa, Arellano, last Tuesday, close game. Like, it could slip into my fingers. Kasi Puno could have made that final shot and tie the game. Pero I haven't seen the game today of San Sebastian versus San Beda. But I did see the final score. But before we go through that, tell me what happened against Arellano.
Do you want me to start with Arellano or EAC?
Arellano. Ilang games na ba
Arellano
tayo?
na tayo.
3 games
Kasi
na ba tayo?
di ba?
Oh yeah,
Nag-EAC na tayo.
Sige. Let's start muna how San Beda ended the first the first round. EAC.
Well, mabilis lang kasi I think everybody wants to know talaga kung ano nangyari sa past 2 games. But yeah, basically, yung third quarter natin really showed up. Jacob was really feeling himself that game, syempre after struggling in the previous game before that. And what I love about that game was Clifford Hopia really showed up. He had a double-double game.
Yes.
So our bigs really showed up that game. No? I think that's what really, But unfortunately, during that game then, we lost Yukin Andrada to a hamstring injury. I'm not really sure until when he will come back. So I'll be discussing later kung ano yung epekto nun sa atin. So yeah, I think we pulled off a good win. It was a physical game, but we showed a lot of character in that game, and our defense showed up. So sobrang mabilis lang na
Blowout
na game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was a blowout.
Arellano. What the
hell? Honestly, the story of Arellano is kind of similar to the story of San Sebastian. Turnovers. And we really missed Yuki and Andrada. Kasi, if you look at this system, if you've been watching this game, pag walang gumagana, they look for Yukin. For the 3-point shot to the corner, 3-point shot to the side of the key. Diba? That's what has been lifting the San Beda team.
He's a silent playmaker. Oh, no, not silent playmaker. He's the silent guy, but he works.
Yeah, and he's very efficient. He's one of our most efficient shooters, one of our most efficient scorers. And we're really feeling that now. We're really feeling his absence now. And you can see that in the Arellano game. That third quarter in that Arellano game killed us kasi talagang walang pumapasok na tira. I think we were outscored 25-10 in that third quarter. And coming into the fourth quarter, our turnover points, 11 turnover points for Arellano, 0 for us. So they were really scoring off of our mistakes, scoring off of our turnovers. And you can see that Jacob was really frustrated with his situation with the shooting. And at times, yun nga, medyo kahit yung tipong sumushoot na sana, yung usual niya na shoot, usual niya pumapasok, hindi niya na papasok, and it adds more to his frustration. And I'm not gonna come out here and castigate him for that kasi I know that he can. It's just I feel that in that situation, pag hirap ka na, maybe look for other options. But yun nga, they know more than me. They know more than me. But I just feel that that is also something that we should look on. But yeah, the turnovers really hirap tayo kasi lalo na in that Arellano game, they're even to the point that they're denying Jacob a chance to shoot the ball. Talagang inaasawa nila. Like you could see just some random guy not even looking at the play. Ang focus niya si Jacob. Like just look at Jacob. Fuck everybody else. Just stop him.
Question.
Kasi, yeah.
What happened naman to Puno? We
Puno,
didn't have
Puno.
I mean, we didn't have our King Lion. Why didn't the assistant King Lion? Why did the second Lion show up? Like, you know, that's second best guy.
That's not his role. That's not his role. It's not his role to be the center of the offense. It's not his role to take over. His role is to get the rebounds, get some shots. That's it. When he can. And I respect that, you know. Kasi you gotta remember, this kid is still a rookie.
That's true.
So, and in San Beda, lahat naman ng teams, lahat may role. So, Jomel is playing well because he plays his role well. He's a hustle guy. He's an energy guy. He's gonna get you rebounds. He's gonna get you some 15, 10, 12 points a game. And that's solid. So, yeah, that's the problem. Kasi when you take away Yuki and Andrada, you're basically taking away 15 to 20 points. Could be even 25 points a game.
You know what? Thinking about it now, no? Yukian is... People may say na Jacob runs the comebacks pag we're down, especially in the half. Pinag-usapan natin ito in one of our episodes na San Beda usually is the comeback king of the current season. We are usually down by quite a margin at the end of the third, at the end of the half. And then Jacob just explodes. Diba? When he gets his confidence. Pero the thing is, for that to explode, for that to become a wildfire, Yukian is usually the match that sparks that wildfire. He's the guy na makikita mo biglang magte-tres, tapos parang malapit, tapos biglang Cortez, Puno. But he's usually the match. He's the matchstick that San Beda lost. And I think that's what happened in Arellano. Kulang tayo, hindi lang. Kulang tayo ng isang Yuki and Andrada. And we really felt that lost. But again, it was a close match.
And you have to give props to Arellano. They learned from the past games of the San Beda Red Lions on how to stop the San Beda offense. They always tried to pressure Jacob. Pag papanoorin mo yung game na yun, parang kada magsiswitch, iipitin nila talaga si Jacob. Okay na iba makascore, okay na iba makareceive. Wag lang si Jacob. Kasi pag si Jacob ang pumutok, everybody gets into the game. Props to James Payosing. He tried his darnest to really get us back. But unfortunately, Jade Talampas with an amazing second half. Shout out to a former San Beda Red Cub.
Yes.
He really did his best to really get that win.
Yes.
Yeah. So
dude was on fire. Dude was on fire
Yeah,
with
he
threes,
was.
bro.
He was.
Hindi
And you
siya yung
gotta give
lucky threes eh. It's like Steph Curry threes, bro.
yeah, no. Yun nga, buena sila. Buena sila. And they really prepared for us. And they took advantage of the fact na wala tayong mapasok na tres ng third quarter. So, we never got our offensive rhythm in the third quarter, and we kind of paid for that. Kasi sa totoo lang, yung third quarter na yun, if you watch it, bukas naman eh. Those are open shots. Talaga hindi lang
Yes,
bumabagsak. No, alam mo yung
that's true.
mag-ring out lang, ganun lang. So, it's frustrating. Lalo na mapafrustrate pag ganun, di ba? And hindi mo naman mablame kasi bukas eh. Di
Yeah,
ba? What do you
shout,
expect?
shout out din sa defense ni Arellano. The way they handled the last play of Coach Yuri Andrada Escueta, they defended Puno very well. At hindi pumasok
Yeah.
talaga yun. Nauubusan talaga ng oras. And you gotta give credit where credit is due. Arellano was good at that game.
Yeah. But yeah, I was, for me, I just, transitioning to the San Sebastian game.
Okay. Dude, wait lang.
Yung,
Can we just start this off? We blew them out, bro. We blew them out just a week ago. Just over a week ago. Holy shit. I haven't watched the game. I just saw the scores on the way home. And now we're recording this. What happened? What happened? Give me a rundown.
well, how do I say this? I felt that hindi pa rin natin naayos how we were going to adapt with a life without Yukin.
You realize how
Nobody,
important he is, no?
sobrang ang laking bagay kasi pag hindi gumagana, pag hindi pumapasok yung mga tira natin, usually safety blanket natin si Yukin in the corner, di ba? Yun yung usual ko nakikita. But we didn't see that. And again, turnovers. We were making so many turnovers. Same in the game with Arellano. That really killed us. I felt we had a little bit more fight. Pero medyo glaring sa akin yung courtside report kanina na basically kinall out ni Coach Yuri yung team na kala ko ba gusto nyo manalo? Ipakita nyo na gusto nyo manalo. Hindi ko kasi nakikita basically ganun to that effect. I'm not gonna be pointing fingers. Kasi mahirap na lalo na baka pag di ba?
Yes,
But
yes,
I
yes.
felt that some players definitely should have been making better decisions on the court. Shot selection, some players could have been making better shot selection. Eman Tagle, grabe ang galing na ginawa niya. So, props to him. So, ang ganda niyang magic bunot. But that loss really stung kasi we were making a lot of mistakes. And I felt that we beat ourselves, and Baste took advantage of that. Kasi buenas din sila eh. Buenas din sila.
Yes.
They also learned from that game against Arellano, made the same defensive adjustments. But Jacob kahit paano man siya nakapag-adjust siya this game. He really showed out in the fourth quarter. But yeah,
it wasn't enough.
Ang hirap eh kasi you're coming into the fourth quarter, they were up by 10. And habol tayo ng habol. But yeah, it wasn't enough. And we made these mistakes down the line. And it's frustrating kasi it's frustrating because you know how good this team is. I'm not gonna
sige, ito na lang. Let's not point any fingers. Again, pinag-usapan din natin in the previous episodes. Let's not blame these players. These are young athletes, no?
Yeah.
Again, they have feelings and mas lalong lumala ang laro nila. And again, also, props din naman to San Sebastian and Arellano for showing up really good. As much as sabihin ko may Bedan bias ako, they probably played very well, especially Arellano, which I already saw. Pero if we're going to explain it to the Bedan community, kunwari spokesperson tayo ng Red Lions, what would be our excuse here? Is it naging compliant tayo? Naging ano tayo? Chill na lang tayo kasi ang ganda ng first round natin eh. We were gunning for the first spot actually. If hindi lang nanalo si Mapua sunod-sunod. That's one. That's one reason. Second reason, is it because you can Andrada talagang he's a guy na not really mentioned a lot, pero you saw his effect. Nawala siya. It's been huge for the team. Or three, is Jacob Cortez the only offensive output? At pagbantay siya, it's like the Rayson with Letran. Pagbantay si Rayson, wala nang Letran. What is the top reason here to explain to the Bedan community why the hell we are losing?
Honestly, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to this loss. Kasi I feel that top to bottom, we are a better team than San Sebastian, with all due respect to San Sebastian. This is a better team. And I think one of the biggest problems is we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. The turnovers are killing us. Naagawan tayo. So the defense of kailan mag-switch, kailan magdo-double, saan magdo-double. So yun. And also mistakes. Ganun. Alam mo yun, there's one play there na nainis ako na rebound na nga lang. Nasusundutan pa tayo. Diba? And lalo na doon sa ending, ilang rebound dyan, hindi natin makuha yung rebound. So, breaks of the game din. I feel that we are a better team and we will do better. I think this team is too well coached not to do better. And I think this team knows ano ba yung mga problema nila. But it's all about execution at the end of the day. And pagdating sa execution, it's with players na.
Yeah.
So, dapat, for me, bilang Miron, and bilang hindi naman ako kasama ng team, better decision making talaga. Yun yung nakikita ko. Yun yung very prevalent dito. Na we miss opportunities. We made some bad shots. We made silly decisions, but it is what it is. Tapos na yan. What this team needs right now, as to wrap this whole situation with San Sebastian up, is this is a wake-up call.
Again, like our loss to Mapua.
Yeah. Why? You have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, na dikit-dikit ang laban ngayon for Final Four. One loss
could spell everything.
Spell everything. Everybody's trying to get that win. And our schedule now is going to be very, very difficult starting next game by November 5, I believe. Yeah. Our next game is EAC again. Oo, natambakan natin sila. But that's still a tough team.
And they have a really good coach. We have to remember that.
They have a really good coach in Coach Gerson.
Yeah.
And after that, we have Perpetual. After that, we have Lyceum. After that, we have Mapua. Sunod-sunod na. So, we can't afford to be losing these kinds of games.
There's no more easy game for us, bro. I just realized that. There's no easy game for us anymore.
People realize that, people think, Ande, may easy game pa, Letran sa dulo. You do realize that Letran will give an arm and a leg to pull a spoiler on us if we put them in the
Yes.
position.
San Beda,
Imagine ninyo
Letran.
na naka-hinge sa isang panalo na yon. Kung magkataon na naka-hinge sa isang panalo na yon between na makakuha na isang panalo ang San Beda and Letran has an opportunity to fucking play spoiler.
They will.
You think they're not gonna give an arm and a leg to do something about that? Of course they are.
will.
So we cannot put ourselves in these kinds of positions. So
Yeah. For sure.
kailangan magkaroon ng sense of urgency, kailangan magkaroon ng reflection. And I do believe there will be adjustments. And I'm hoping for speedy recovery for you can, if you're listening, pagaling ka, please.
Yeah,
kung kailangan mo ng salon pass, marami pa ako galing sa bar. Kung kailangan mo ng
hamstrings, bro. They're not like ACLs. ACLs, they can end
no.
career. But hamstrings,
Yeah.
Hamstrings, you can recover from it. You can be better than who you are before. But the thing is with hamstrings, they're fucking unpredictable. You don't know how it's going to hurt, when it's going to heal. It's a different animal.
Yeah.
This injury is bad.
Wrong timing yung injury. But
Wrong timing.
But sa bagay, wala namang right timing na injury, di ba? Ay, buti na lang dito ako nasaktan, di ba?
Tama.
Pero yeah, it's just not this we need to really adjust. It cannot the whole league knows that the offense runs through Jacob Cortez. And
yes,
players, the bench or whoever needs to step up and do a lot more scoring.
Exactly.
But so
yeah. I think we should to end this segment, this topic. As a bedan, as a hardcore bedan, this sucks for us. No?
It does. But it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end for San Beda. But here's my butt. Here's my big wet ass butt. My wab.
Pause. Okay.
Diarrhea pala, bro. Diarrhea pala. Anyway, here's my big butt. This sucks for a San Beda fan, like you and me. And of course, most of our listeners are Bedans now. But as a Philippine collegiate basketball fan, I'm hyped for this. That a giant like San Beda can fall to a team with only one win.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for college basketball, I think.
It's good for basketball. It's
horrible
good for
us. It's good for sports.
It's good for sports.
Horrible for San Beda.
But and this also shows. Yeah. Sige, go ahead.
Alam mo yung habang nanonood ako, pare, nagmumura ako. Putang ina. Like,
pare, every time naman manood tayo ng basketball, nagmumura ka eh.
Oo, hirap.
If only GMA can capture the audio when we watch live, yung audio nating dalawa when we watch live, pare, matagal nang walang NCAA sa TV.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I gotta give props to all of the teams. Ang ganda. I know paulit-ulit tayo, pero grabe ang ganda na season na to. But with that said, San Beda needs to really hunker down and take some W's right now. We cannot afford to keep losing. We cannot.
Pero ito rin ito isa rin gusto kong sabihin na hindi porket Arellano only had one win in the NCAA in the first round. Hindi porket Letran. I'm saying this as a Bedan. Hindi porket Letran only had one win. It doesn't mean they're a weak team. Talagang mas malakas lang yung ibang team. Like, it's not the days of old of the NCAA na Lyceum, Arellano, EAC, or just free wins for bigger teams like San Beda. No, no, sir. It's just that
Yeah,
every team in the NCAA is that good.
yeah.
That's why this is happening. You know? Walang trash team. Not
Bawal
even
kumpiyansa
Latran.
dito eh. Bawal
Bawal.
kumpiyansa. Bawal
Bawal.
kang makumpiyansa sa sitwasyon na meron ka. Kahit na ikaw yung nasa taas, ay tulog ka ngayon.
Yeah.
Gone are the days na you can check. Yung nga, tama ka sinabi mo that you can check a game off of your schedule as an easy dub.
Yeah.
But honestly, alam mo, Danny, this season will really test these teams. Sino ba ang not just these teams but the coaching staff in general. Sino ba? Who's the best? Kasi everybody good. Everybody good.
Everybody.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Talagang,
Anyway,
actually, watching the NCAA for the past decade, best season so far. Best season so far.
definitely. We've been saying this since our first episode that this is the best season ever.
Yeah.
But
Hindi, wag naman ever, pare. Hindi natin napanood yung mga panahon nila Loizaga eh. Bakit siya naging the big D? So,
pare, if we watch Loizaga, it was literally pre-war.
oh, well. Our parents aren't even born yet. That's how old the
Yung
NCAA is, bro.
Diba? Our grandparents were what? Bagong panganak pa lang ata nun? Or teenagers? Or children? Diba?
Well,
But
you
yeah.
know, sige, bro, this has been a great episode. But before we end, any more insights as we go into this week? Tapos, yeah, it's a good vacation for a lot of friends. Baka may pwede ba silang mapanood na games to watch out for this week?
I think marami pahinga ngayon na games. Medyo break this coming, I think the games will start November 5, if I'm not mistaken, November 3. Magbabalik yung mga games. So, yeah, check those out. Yeah, all of the schedules are pretty stacked. So our next game will be November 5 versus EAC. So that's the game to watch. And
Mukhang kailangan ko
then,
na manood nun, broski.
yeah, ako naman ang wala. Nandito pa ako sa Batangas nun. So, I'll still be in Batangas. But I will definitely be watching on live stream. Props nga pala sa NCAA for being so accessible.
Yeah, you know.
Na watch it on YouTube. Props to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sensya na sa office mates ko na sumisigaw ako. Tumitili ako minsan habang nanonood. Kasi parang,
And before we end, siguro, I just like to take a moment. We're aware of what's happening nga sa Gaza and Israel, so we hope for peace over there. It's a very tense situation. Hope it is resolved as soon as possible. Yes, this is a college basketball podcast, but we can't hide from reality pa rin.
Yes.
So we want to give our support to the people, all of the people who are suffering there. So yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys for the short episode. Talagang vacation mode na ang lahat. Pero we wanted to put this episode out kasi, you know, we're gonna miss the NCAA. There's a few days of the NCAA.
Pwede nila tayo pakinggan habang pinipili nila kung sino kagawad na boboto nila eh. Kung sino barangay captain.
Pag mahaba pila bukas. Pag mahaba pila bukas. Oo.
Oh, di ba? Oh, alam niyo na kung sino yung boboto niyo, syempre yung pinakamagaling magpaliga.
Ay, oo. Matuto kayo sa amin kung magko-coach kayo sa liga or naglalaro kayo sa liga. Sabihin niyo sa coach niyo, "Coach, we need a system. Hindi porket star player ako, mananalo tayo. We need a system."
Tama. Therefore,
sabi sa inyo, si Coach Pao talaga, si Coach Paolo, mag-i-improve na sa Nagbarangay basketball level, no?
Pigilan mo ko. Ito na naman tayo.
O siya, ako,
Eh,
papashoutout lang ako sa, San Beda Ultras ulit. If you're gonna have a hard time looking for friends to watch with in the next San Beda NCAA games, just hit up the San Beda Ultras. They will watch beside you. We're gonna be there
baka
for,
hindi nila kasi alam kung paano i-contact yung Ultras, di ba? So,
ano, add nyo si Tito Pao niya sa Facebook, siya na bahala sa inyo.
PM nyo na lang yung podcast namin. Ang toko, ganun din naman.
Oo. Tapos shoutout
No.
din kay Paulo Perez. Lumabas na naman yung balita niya si Paulo the Human. So, basta he had a history with a very, very, very popular figure. We call her the
Parang
president.
yun pala yung yung pala yung pakiramdam maging filler story forever. Parang every time lalabas yun, alam na alam ko walang balita doon during the whole day. Ako yung filler. Yun yung role ko ngayon. Maging filler story. Di ba?
Di ba, ganun yun eh. Pag it's either may lumabas na balita na si Paulo the Human sa with this very popular figure, mahina ang balita. Tapos susunod na balita niyan, si Celebrity A in-unfollow si Celebrity B. So,
Ang hirap pala, yun pala yung buhay ko ngayon na magiging filler story. So, shout out kay
yun.
Nads.
Wag mo sabihin, baka makasuhan tayo, sabihin na natin eh. Basta, yun na lang, tatago namin sa pangalan Nads. Kasi may history siya with Nads. Kilala niyo na kung sino yun. All right, bro. Again, San Beda Ultras, love you guys. And have a safe vacation. Everybody is going out of town. If mahihirapan kayo, if you're just going out for fun, make sure you guys have enough time to, just rest din. Medyo pagod na. At pag December na, kailangan nyo na mag-ipon. Malapit na din ang final sa NCAA. Mag-ipon na rin kayo for the merch. Maganda sana kung ang team nyo nasa finals, kompleto kayo na merch para talagang go San Beda fight. Bias, go San Beda fight. So, ipon-ipon tayo, pero ingat on the road, especially right now, maraming lumalabas. Tito Pao, any final words before we end this episode?
Siguro mabilis lang. Nanood kasi ako ng The Figo Affair. May natutunan ako mula sa pinakaayaw mong team president, si Florentino Perez. There are two ways of winning. We win in big letters or we win in small letters. Let us win by big letters. So, kailangan, pag mananalo tayo, we win with a stake.
Letran. Ay, sorry. Akala ko letran kasi letters. That's it from me. Again, my name is Justin, the hashtag Bedista Bias guy. And Tito Pao, the alumni ever since he was a student. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.